Nate here. Been a while, yeah. So, I'm doing something that I've never done before. I'm doing a what if video. And that what if is, well, you can probably read the title. What if Deku was the Flash? Yeah. Now, if you don't know where Deku is from, he's from My Hero Academia, which I'm going based off the manga, because that's the only thing I've read. Well, and I can't watch the anime because I don't have access, but that's just me, problem. And then which Flash? I'm doing the CW Flash. And though it will be different from a couple others. So, yeah. Alright. So, we're gonna actually get started before the actual canon of My Hero Academia starts to basically 250 years in the past. That's basically calculated when quirks first started in My Hero Academia. People have calculated it to be around that time. So I'm just saying that. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. Tell me in the comments. But, anyway. It's the night of the particle accelerator going off. And boom, goes off. But instead of just going off around Central City, it goes off around the entire world. And basically, Barry becomes the Flash, and all the stuff that happens in the CW actually happens. And yeah, that's basically it for that. So we're gonna skip to Barry's death. Basically, his family's by his side, and his grandson. Dang it, cat. Sorry. Cat. Going? Yeah, sorry. Cat needs attention, crap. Try and finish as much as I can. If you hear him, then sorry. You know what? I'm gonna actually. Sorry about that. Cat wanted attention again, so I had to do it again. Go some attention. By that, I mean I locked him in a room. Yes, I'm joking. I did play with him. But anyway, where was I? Oh yeah. Barry's grandson Bart. I remember the name. And basically he's crying and runs off to just disappears while Barry is dying because Bart is really sad. Human emotion, all that, you know. And so basically Barry dies and he goes to the Speed Force. Goes into the Speed Force. If you don't know what the Speed Force is, I'm going to do a quick explanation. It's basically a force that is basically like, it's basically a force like gravity or light existing since the dawn of time. Although in the CW, it's supposedly older than both. And spoiler alert. Yeah, skip a few seconds or something. Speed Force gets destroyed in season 7. So yeah. But I'm just saying it for this because I haven't watched the new season. That's just starting to come out, so I don't know what's going on in Flash. So don't have anything for that. So for this, we're just saying the Speed Force is back to normal. Speedsters are back, and we're gonna basically. So yeah, that's how it works. And so Barry's in the Speed Force, watching over the world, and he doesn't see his grandson, so he's wondering what it is. So he looks through time and sees this kid, and just watches, and then he noticed something. He sees this kid with green hair and green eyes being picked on. Yeah, if you're gonna guess based on that, yeah, it's Izuku Midoriya or Deku. everyone calls him. In practically everyone calls him because he's quirkless and all that in the actual canon of My Hero Academia. So, and basically he watches over this Izuku Midoriya because he remembers being bullied as Barry remembers being bullied as well. So he's like, yeah, I can kind of relate to this kid. And so basically, I'm gonna skip 2 more years to when Deku is 7 years old, and he basically is running away from his bullies, his usual bullies, which is Katsuki Bako, or as Deku calls him, Kachan, but everyone else just says Bakugo. Or Lord Explosion Murder. If you call him that, that's okay. But anyway, Deku basically just got home, and his mother is just patching up, and Deku says something that catches Barry's attention. I wasn't fast enough to run away. And as soon as Barry hears this, he gets flashbacks to his childhood even more. And basically, yeah. And he's like, oh crap, is he becoming another? And Barry's like, oh crap, is Midoriya becoming another speedster? Because that means his mom's about to die tonight. And it's probably nothing. And it isn't nothing. So basically, Deku eats dinner like usual with his mom and goes to bed. But with his mom kissing him goodnight and all that, that if you were a child and you had good parents, then you know what it is. So, yeah, Deku wakes up in the middle of the night hearing noise and sees that there was a villain break-in. And as he goes down the stairs, he sees a man with white hair and a nice suit. Basically, kill his mom. Yeah. And if you don't know who this man is, it's All For One. But, yeah. And basically, Deku is freaking out and he actually screams, catching the attention of the villains. And as soon as Deku was about to be killed, yeah, I'll be calling Deku Midoriya or Deku Zuku, and I'll be calling him either. So, and basically, as soon as he's about to be killed, green lightning starts filling the house, and grabs Midoriya and takes him several miles away. And basically, Deku starts running back to his house and all that, and when he gets there, he sees a whole bunch of cop cars. And basically, dude runs in the house and looks for his mom. He sees the blue bag like type thing where it's covering the body, and he lifts it open to see his mom, and starts doing the normal screaming that anyone would do if they found their family member dead, like, no, please come back, and all that. So basically, we're gonna kind of skip to when Deku's getting interrogated, and he says basically what he saw with the white man and all the villains, and All Might's actually there because of this, and All Might hears that, and he's like, One for All got another innocent person. He will pay. But then he hears about the Green Lightning, and this confuses the crap out of everyone. Like, there's no hero or vigilante or anyone who has ever shown signs of that. And basically, and while this is all happening, Barry is up in the Speed Force, is freaking out. Like, what the? There's another speedster? Is that the kid? Or is that someone else? who is this? Like, and basically, even the Speed Force doesn't even know. And so, like, maybe this is like another Reverse Flash using the Reverse Speed Force. I think that's what it's called. If it's not, please tell me down in the comments. But, and so basically, they're all freaking out. So, now I'm gonna do another time skip. I know I'm doing a lot of time skips, but it's kind of getting to get through all the important events that I have. So basically, Deku now lives with his ex-best friend, now somewhat bully Kachan and his family, and in this Kachan's actually a lot nicer to him because he's still a bit of an asshole, but not as much of an asshole as he is in season 5. And it's been a while. It's not been out the entire time, but based on what I've seen, he's not that bad of an asshole. So it's basically like that. And real quick, YouTube, please don't demonetize me. I just realized so please don't demonetize me. But anyway, basically, yes, I got a little sidetracked there for a second. He and my words. Ugh. So basically, Deku is now living with the Bakugo family, but still has the Midoriya last name, just because. And basically, basically, Deku gives up on being a hero and starts going into science, which Bakugo is kind of like, yeah, alright, the nerds finally got some sense, but, and basically kind of stops bullying him as much because of that, and also because, mother's dead. So I need a drink of water. Anyway, so basically it's been 5 years now doing a time skip, so now they're 12, and Deku is out with Kachan and Kachan's lackeys. I don't remember the names, even if they had names. It was Fingers and Wings. Those guys. Yeah, I don't know their names, but basically all 3 of them are out, and Baku's like, it's gonna start raining soon, and lightning and all that. And Deku's like, yeah, that's the point. And all 3 of them are like, what? What do you mean? As Deku says, we're gonna be catching lightning in a bottle. And all 3 of them are like, nope, we're out. We don't want to do something that stupid. And Deku's like, come on, it's gonna be cool. But all 3 of them are like, now we're leaving, we're going to the arcade. Which is weird how My Hero Academia has arcades, even though they're barely around. Actually, that's probably Japan. Yeah. Anyway. Basically, it's starting to rain and lightning and all that. And Midoriya has just finished getting set up, and he's about to walk away when, bam! Struck by lightning. And basically, Bakugo and his lackeys weren't that far away, and they saw the lightning bolt and were like, that's near where Deku was. As they run over and see Deku unconscious. And yes, I know he's 12 years old, and normally, yeah, but for story purposes, yes, this is happening sooner than later. So basically, Deku spends, and Deku's unconscious, but he wakes up, but not in a hospital or anywhere else, in the Speed Force, yes. And basically, Barry and the first Flash from the 60s and stuff, even sooner. That Flash, can't remember his name. but that Flash are offering, basically are both there telling Deku what has happened, and basically telling him that he's in the Speed Force and will be in the Speed Force for, in the normal world, 2 years, and will be in a comatose state while they're training. Well, they'll be training for 50 years in the Speed Force. Yeah, 25 years in the regular world is 25 years, and the Speed Force is 50 years. But since speedster ages and all that, it doesn't really matter. But anyway, so basically, Deku trains his body and all that and everything while he's learning how to be a speedster, and basically spends the next 2 years in a comatose state. And we're gonna have to do a time skip. Yes, I know, doing a lot of those. I've already said this, but this one I don't want to explain. Yeah, basically, Deku wakes up. It's a 2 year time skip. So Deku wakes up and it's like, I'm awake and all that, and no one's there, and the doctors, and he's wondering which hospital he's at, and he looks around. He looks outside and sees that he's on Island. Yes, I'm putting him here when he wakes up. And basically, the head doctor, David Shield, walks in and says, "Oh, you're finally awake after 2 years." And Deku asks, "Wait, why am I here?" As David Shield says, "You're here because you were struck by lightning." And Deku's like, "Yeah, I knew about that, but why am I here on Island?" As David Shield says, no, it's because every time you flatlined, you caused an entire power outage in the entire city of Masafu. And because of that, we basically brought you here. And Deku's like, "Wait, how's that even possible?" Acting all like surprised because he already knows how that's possible because he's spent a few years in the Speed Force, but by a few, 25, 50. Ugh. Give me a second. Sorry, I need some water. And because he was in the Speed Force for so long, he's kind of like, yeah, I don't want to say anything about this because if people learned about speedsters and how you can be one and all that, it may cause some major trouble. Also, Deku, while he was in Speed Force, learned the history and how quirks actually came about. And this what if not actually how they came about. No one knows still in the original canon. And so basically, Deku's acting all surprised, like, how's that possible? I don't have a quirk. And David Shields is saying, you were brought here because we wanted to figure that out. As Deku said, did it still happen while I was here? As David Shields said, no, apparently not. As soon as we moved you, it stopped. And Deku's like, oh, that's interesting, but I should probably head home. As David Shields saying, yeah, you're right, but we're gonna run some tests. As Deku gets up and looks in the mirror and sees, lightning gave me abs? Yeah, sorry, I had to do that. And David Shields like, yes, apparently so. And basically they run some tests. Deku is perfectly fine. They send him back. And basically, the Bakugo family already got the call and are waiting for him to return from the airport. And basically are waiting for him to return as, yeah, Deku enters the house, and they're all like, "Ah, you're finally back." As Bakugo is like, "Damn nerd, don't pull anything like that again." And basically, they're all like, "Yay, he's back." And yeah, as Deku's like, "Yeah, I'm back," and all that, and Bakugo's like, "We got 1 year until we can get into UA," and Deku's like, "Wait, what do you mean? I don't want to go into the hero course. I don't have a quirk, so how would that even be possible?" And Baku's like, "You could get into the sport course or your own studies or business, dumbass." As Deku's like, "Yeah, I forgot about those courses." As he says, as basically they start, and now I'm gonna do another time skip to 2 months or something. So basically to the start of the series, as Bakugo and Deku are kind of almost late to school, as they are, and they see the crowd as Deku pulls out his notebook and starts writing down facts about the uh, the Commonwealth's Mount Lady and their whole fight and all the others heroes and even the villain, and basically just doing his normal thing. Instead, as Bakugo's like, "We're gonna be late if you don't hur- if we don't hurry up." As Deku says, "1 more minute." As Bakugo says, "No, I'm carrying you out now." As Deku speeds up and writes as fast as he can before Bakugo can start dragging him off, and he slows down so Bakugo can drag him off, and basically just has him being dragged off. Now, if you're wondering, well, no, I already explained, but if you're wondering why Deku is hiding him from Bakugo, it's because he'll get, because Bakugo will blow him up in the face. So, and he also wants to surprise him when he gets into UA and all that, the hero course. So, anyway, they enter the class, and basically they're just sitting there waiting for the teacher, as uh, the teacher comes in and does his whole thing like, "I got some career application forms for you," and then throws them in the air saying, "But I know what you all want. You want to go into the hero course," as basically everyone uses their quirk, but Deku and Bakugo. As uh, as basically Bakugo does his normal thing, like in canon for everything, his whole like, "I'm the best" speech, and says he'll be going into UA. As the teacher says, he got the, yeah, he's applying for UA, but it says, "Oh, and Midoriya is applying for UA as well." As everyone stops to stare at Deku, and they all start laughing, as Bakugo says, "Will you guys stop laughing at him? He's not going for the hero course. He's not that dumb." As everyone's like, "Oh yeah, there are other courses." As everyone forgets there are other courses. As Deku's like, "Yeah, I'm totally not going for the hero course." Lying between his teeth about that. And yeah. So we'll time skip to the end of the day, and Bakugo doesn't do his normal thing like he can, and like telling Deku to jump off the roof or anything. He asks him, "Hey, me and my friends are going to the arcade. Want to come with?" As Deku says, "Nah, I'm gonna start working on inventions so he can get into the support course. As Bakugo says, yeah, you should probably do that, and leaves as Deku leaves as well, and he says, and he goes under the underpass like usual in canon, and the sludge villain attack happens, the first one, and basically, but instead of Deku getting captured, he was able to run away slightly, as he doesn't want to show off and says, all right, I'm gonna try and take down this villain, as he tries generating electricity and tries zapping the sludge villain, yet it does not work. So he's like, all right, if zapping won't work, I'll just create a mini tornado, and starts running around in circles around the villain, and basically, yeah, give me a second. Basically, captures the villain. Yeah, sorry, I forgot what the word was. And as soon as he's done, All Might appears and says, I am here. Like he does in canon. And basically says, and Deku freaks out and says, oh my god, it's All Might. As, uh, as All Might says, oh, you captured the villain that I was chasing for a good while. Thank you, young man. As he says, as Deku's like, can I have your autograph and all that? As All Might says, yes. As All Might flips through the notebook and sees the whole notes. But he also noticed something else, the writing. And the reason why I'm mentioning this is because he's writing in Speed Force, I think that's what it's called. The Speed Force writing that Barry and his daughter did in the CW and all that. And basically, All Might asks, why, as after he signs it, he asks, why was there that specific writing? He's never seen it. And Deku says, oh, I have that writing because in case a villain gets one of my notebooks, since it has all this information on heroes and their strengths and weaknesses and all that. And basically, he says, if a villain were to get that and they were able to read it, it could cause a whole lot of problems. And so basically, he came up with a entirely new language just for his notebooks. As All Might says, that's smart, but also very weird. But anyway, I think I should start collecting the villain. As Deku's like, oh yeah, I should probably help you with that as well. As they both start collecting it, and All Might asks, what's his quirk? Ask Deku, what is his quirk? And Deku says he's quirkless because he doesn't want the whole thing getting out. But it will get out later. I'm gonna end it here soon. So basically, and All Might's very suspicious by this because he's wondering how a quirkless person was able to capture the sludge villain. And while they're talking, Deku asks the question, like, can he become a hero without a quirk? And yes, I know this comes a little later, but there's some other reasons as All Might All Might says no and that stuff, and basically they've already collected, and after Deku had to ask that, All Might says no as he jumps away. Sorry. Ugh. And Deku does not grab onto his legs, and basically Deku is mumbling to himself, like saying, I can show All Might wrong, and he's like, but he also doesn't know the full truth because I gotta hide this fact. As he hears an explosion and starts saying, I can probably show him I can show All Might is wrong as he rushes towards it and sees that it's the sludge villain, and he sees who's captured, and it's Bakugo. As Deku's like, oh crap, All Might must have dropped the villain. And All Might has seen, he was on the roof where Deku and him had that talk in the actual canon, and he sees the explosion. And he's like, oh crap, I should probably head over there, and since his time limit has been reached, he basically starts saying, I should probably get over there. As All Might does that, Deku is like, oh crap, All Might has to drop the villain, as he runs in and basically circles around him, and everyone's confused on what this green lightning is. Yes, Deku has green lightning. And I'm really messing up my words. As Deku circles around, getting Bakugo out and basically trapping the villain in an air tornado, and basically does the whole thing he does, and basically standing there but vibrating really fast and has his voice modulated like Barry does in the CW. As everyone's asking who he is, and he says, I'm the fastest man alive, and just runs off. And runs to an alleyway and he stops vibrating, and All Might's there, and he says, kid, I thought you didn't have a quirk. As Deku looks around and sees skinny, Small Might. I almost said skinny Might, but Small Might, and it's like, oh crap, someone saw me with my quirk and my apparent quirk, and it's all like, crap, this is the one thing I was told not to do by all of his mentors, and he had multiple, and yeah, dude, like Jesse Quick and Wally West, and all the other speedsters, and and basically and as he says, who are you? As Small Might says, I am All Might, child. No, sorry. No. Deku's wait. He said, do I know him though? He just said, you told me that you didn't have a quirk, which confuses him. And he said, do I know you? As All Might says, you do know me. I am All Might. As Deku's like, no, All Might's a 7'2" buff guy, not a 7'2" skinny guy. Yes, they're both 7'2". He's 7'2" in both buff and non in his Small Might and All Might form. Yes, let that sink in. But anyway, as All Might buffs up and confuses the hell out of him, and makes Deku like, what the? Wait, how? And he realizes, oh wait, that makes sense, because if All Might could not walk around in public if he didn't have a disguise. So it would make living a little bit harder, because All Might's a celebrity and all that, being the #1 hero of Japan. Or the #1 hero in general. I think it's in Japan, I can't remember. It's probably that one. And basically All Might asks why he lied to him, and Deku explains about the Speed Force and all that, and how quirks actually came to be, as All Might is like, really? Really? You know about how quirks actually came to be? Because All Might does know how quirks came to be because of One for All and all that, and his master, Shimura, I think, is her name, basically telling him as each previous one tells the next successor, as he's wondering, wait, do you work for All for One? As Deku's like, who? As All Might's like, okay, he definitely does not work for All for One. he asks, how does he know about this? And he explains that, well, since he gains his speed from the Speed Force, because he explained that, he explains that he actually can go to the Speed Force, and he got mentored there by his several mentors, several other speedsters, and basically, All Might is like, okay. So basically, the dead ghosts of people from the past knew about, basically told you about this, and basically says, and basically, All Might says, I can help train you as well, and All Might's also thinking, this guy also might be a worthy successor for One for All, which, spoiler alert, he's not getting it, and he offers to train Deku, and the whole training thing starts, but because this has gone on for 36 minutes or so, well, I'm going to end it off here. See you next time, and comment what you want more of. Which what ifs and what ifs from where, so yeah.